Hey, gun people. Well, black officer assaults black man. Not a hate crime, not racial. No angle to play. So pretty much non-news. Let's see why this mean black officer picked on a poor black man doing nothing.
But in this case, it's one of their own officers accused of assaulting someone else. The officer was arrested and charged last month. Today, Fox 4's James Rose obtained cell phone video showing part of the crime he's accused of. James.
Well, the 15-year Dart police veteran has been on administrative leave since the June incident, and the agency has been investigating his actions since that time. Now, Officer Albert Corker now faces 6 felony charges that include assault and aggravated assault by a public servant. This video was taken by Jacorian Madkins's friend at the Portofino apartment community pool in Lancaster the afternoon of June 8th. Lancaster police say the man chokeholding the 18-year-old is off-duty Dart police officer Albert Corker.
I was just fearful, really.
That's the same guy we saw in the video? Oh, but Ricky's got a shirt and tie on. He's a nice young kid that did nothing wrong, and the mean police officer just grabbed him because he was black. Oh, wait, the officer was black. He just grabbed him for no reason because him and his family were out having a barbecue on a nice day and doing nothing wrong.
Just fearful. I didn't know what to do at the point, but defend myself.
That day, Madkins says the 50-year-old off-duty officer never identified himself as police when he told Madkins and his 4 friends to leave the pool because they didn't have pool passes.
Oh, so now we got a little bit of the story. They didn't say it the way I said it. These 5 people jumped the fence, unlawfully entered a pool they weren't allowed to be at. They were trespassing in commission of a crime, and then they started fighting with this guy after he told him he was a police officer. Rick, that's not what happened. Poor black people don't do anything wrong, and it's always white people. It's always black people that pick on black. Wait a minute. Oh, just forget it. Let's not show this on any of the mainstream media. It might mess up our liberal left agenda.
As they began to leave, he says Corker called him an offensive name.
I said, sir, you're being very disrespectful. And as I said that, that's when he slapped me.
It's funny how the most disrespectful people are always telling other people how they're being disrespectful. Watch that. We call that a clue.
Followed the slapping, he put me in a chokehold.
Madkins says he hit Corker several times so he and his friends could get away in their car.
And as we left, we thought it was over.
Oh, he hit him several times so they could get away. He wasn't fighting. He wasn't trying to get away. He wasn't unlawfully trespassing in the commission of a crime. No. He was only hitting this guy because he wanted his friends to get away. Nothing to see here.
Thought it was done with until we saw him in the rearview mirror.
Police say Corker jumped in his personal vehicle and chased the fleeing teens and intentionally rammed them.
Okay. I think the guy went a little overboard here. He jumped in his personal car and rammed him with his personal car. Now you got to realize this off-duty cop probably identified himself. He made what he thought was a lawful arrest. Once somebody says, I'm a police officer, he goes under the color. If you hit him or fight with him, it's just like as if he's on duty. People are like, he was off duty, he wasn't in uniform, he can't do it. That's not true. When a cop goes under the color, he can absolutely act as a police officer. But anyway, people want to argue about that. So this officer, in his mind, this dude just assaulted a police officer. He committed several felonies, and now they're fleeting. They were in commission of a crime. They were trespassing. When he tried to arrest one of them to wait for backup, he was punched, beat up, and they took off. So this cop wants this guy in custody. Should he chase him with his personal vehicle and ram him? Yeah, I'm not with him on that.
Absolutely outraged by his conduct.
I'm outraged. Well, no kidding. Everybody's always outraged when they're trying to get money. The more outraged you are, the more money you can ask. You're a lawyer. I'm outraged as you lawyers are out there trying to sue every damn body for stupid stuff. Rick?
Absolutely outraged by the way he decided to handle himself.
Because the case involves a police officer, attorney Emmanuel Obi is working with Madkins to make sure there's accountability.
This situation broke down as many other situations break down. A lack of effective, respectful communication.
I see 5 people running around fighting with one guy, and the officer's the only one that's disrespectful. I see 5 people that committed a crime, trespassed, snuck into a pool they weren't allowed to be at. When they were asked to leave, they fought with an officer, and yet the officer is the only one that's being disrespectful. Jesus, if only the officer was white, then we could throw that he was disrespectful white man being racist. Then we could have a hate crime. Then we could call in the FBI and have them investigate for civil rights. Oh, black officer? Darn. All we can do is say we're outraged.
Now, we were not able to reach Officer Corker for his comment and his side of the story. And
cops can never give their side of the story. Once an investigation starts, you're ordered not to talk about the investigation with anybody, or you'll be disciplined or fired. So cops are never allowed to say their side. They're never allowed to defend themselves, and everybody's like, and meanwhile, the poor victims who were committing a crime have attorneys. They're putting suits and ties on. They're talking to the press. Meanwhile, the cop can't say anything. Yeah, okay, that's fair. All right, we'll end that there. I think the department, what do you say about the department?
DART agency does not comment on pending investigation.
There you go. That's the government line. We're not going to tell you what we did because it's an investigation. So why do governments start investigations? So they can hide behind, we can't talk about it, there's an investigation. Do they start investigations to get to the truth? No, not normally. All right, we'll end that there.